This is worksheet 7.3, and I'm going to start with numbers 1 and 2, which is to graph the parabola given its equation. So let's look at number 1. The equation of the parabola is given to us in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're asked to find the roots and find the vertex. Looking at this equation right here, we need to do a little work before we can identify where the roots are and where the vertex is. The roots are the x-intercepts. We know that the parabola crosses the x-axis when y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 0 and we need to find what x is equal to, we're going to need to factor this. So if we're factoring x squared minus 2x minus 8, my diamond here will have a negative 8 on top and a negative 2 on bottom. Negative 4 times 2 gives me negative 8. Negative 4 plus 2 gives me negative 2. So if I'm factoring this, the x squared and then the negative 2x gets split into negative 4x and positive 2x and then minus 8. Then grouping this, I get x times x minus 4 plus 2 times x minus 4. So my factorization is x plus 2 times x minus 4. So if I say y equals 0 equals x plus 2 times x minus 4, zero product property tells us that either x plus 2 has to equal 0 or x minus 4 has to equal 0. So my two x-intercepts are at negative 2 and at positive 4. So negative 2, 0, and 4, 0. So if we plot those two x-intercepts, the vertex of the parabola has to be halfway between the two x-intercepts. So I know my x value of my vertex is going to be right here at 1. If I know x, I can plug it into my equation and solve for y. So y is equal to 1 squared is 1, minus 2 is negative 1, minus 8 is negative 9. So 1, negative 9. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, negative 9. And then we can sketch the parabola using those 3 points. Graphing form is y equals ax minus h squared plus k. We can write it in graphing form now that we know what the vertex is and we already know what a is equal to. So in this problem, a is equal to 1. X minus h, so x minus 1 squared plus k is negative 9. All right, let's look at number 2. Looking at this equation, this is already in graphing form. So we don't need to do any factoring or anything like that like we did here. We can already tell that the vertex is at 1, 0. So the h is 1 and h is 1 and k is equal to 0 because there's nothing there. To find the root, notice there's only 1. So I'm going to plot my vertex here. I need to set y equal to 0. In order for this equation to be equal to 0, x minus 1 would have to be equal to 0. So that gives me a root also at 1. So my root and my vertex are the exact same point. So in order to see what the parabola looks like, let's find a couple other points on the parabola. We can just plug x values in and find the y values. So if x is equal to 0, that would be negative 1 squared, which is 1, and then it's still negative. So 0, negative 1 would be one of the points on the parabola. Parabolas are symmetric, so if this is the vertex, that means 2, negative 1 also is on the parabola. And there we go.